Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. As we move into the hood, we're talking about the Parenthood, and we get our way through late January. A lot of families are now finding themselves actually kind of navigating the mid-school year slump. So joining us now with some tips on how to keep kids staying motivated as well as emotionally balanced is our favorite parenting expert, Katherine Sellery. Hello there, Katherine.
Great to be here, Mitch.
We love having you on, and I am experiencing this right now. Is that there's a groove that kids get into. They at least my 13-year-old, he starts going, and he knows he's got to get up and do this, and now he's into motion. Well, sometimes those motions that he does, some things get left off, and we're halfway through the school year here, and you've got some tips for us that are actually going to help me keep my 13, 14-year-old ready to rock and roll, but all those that are watching as well. So give us some of those tips for mid-school year resetting. What do we need to do?
So it is a little tough after the holiday lull. They need
That's
some
true.
help reconnecting, with that natural curiosity. So encourage the intrinsic motivation by
Okay.
focusing on their passions and interests. So, for example, if they're drawn to science, explore those hands-on activities like building small experiments at home. Encourage conversations that spark reflection, like, hey, what part of school makes you feel excited? And what would you like to learn more about this year? Celebrate effort and curiosity rather than outcomes, saying things like, I noticed how you kept trying when it was challenging. That amazing persistence. So these are the outcomes that are not or these are the conversations that are the affirmations and not focused on outcomes. So it
Yeah.
connects into intrinsic interest.
Yes, and I love that you said it that way, because a lot of times, like, how was school? Fine, they don't have to think. But if you ask it the way you just had mentioned, is like, I really appreciate you did that. It's going to be self-discovery, but also be thinking like,
Yeah.
what did I do? And actually, I could see how that works
Yeah.
well. And you can use that anywhere, work or wherever. I love that tip. It's a
Anyone,
great one.
anywhere. Yeah.
Fatigue is another big thing that happens for kids because, they get loaded down with homework and, again, getting restarted after the holidays. But there's other
Yeah.
fatigues we have to worry about, right?
So, both you and your kids can get emotionally drained. So, recognize the signs like frustration, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and introduce something fun and restorative practices to reset. So, something fun to get the kids excited, like a family game night, time for
Okay.
activities they really love. And with excitement that you're introducing, incorporate calming things too into the day, like a quiet reading corner or post dinner relaxation rituals, which can provide a space for decompression too. So, to relieve stress and nervous energy, start something like the balloon breathing, pretending to inflate and deflate that imaginary
Oh,
balloon
cool.
with slow breaths or guided body scans. So,
Just,
try it now.
I need to do it. I like the
It
balloon idea.
helps,
That's a good idea. Uh,
right?
uh,
Just simple.
I know you mentioned fatigue, and this is the time of year where they have figured out they want to play football, or if they want to play whatever sport they're in. Is Enzo is big in crew, which, by the way, they won state, which was awesome. I'm very proud of him. But
Wow.
yeah, it was a really big deal. But there's a lot of those things that they have to come around, and they. I would imagine this is about the time of the year where, like, okay, I know that the end is coming soon as far as the school year goes, and maybe he's going to be moving up to high school. There's a lot of stress on that. How important is it to still keep them busy so they can have that decompression time? Is there a good balance? Is it a good time to do an inventory of as far as balances go?
Well, I think it's important, that you just keep strengthening the family bonds and using sort of simple rituals to support them and you all staying connected. So, rituals create a sense of stability, especially during the busy times. So,
Okay.
weekly traditions like Sunday pancake breakfasts, arts
Ooh.
and crafts Saturday nights, where everybody pitches in, nightly gratitude circles, where every family member shares a highlight of their day. These strengthen relationships, foster communication, offer predictable routine that helps kids feel grounded amid the chaos of school and extracurriculars. I mean, my kids are older and we still do like game nights if everybody's in town. They love these things. They become part of your, fabric of your family.
And that's what when they think of memories, that's what they will go back on.
They
They might not
do.
remember
They
who won
remember
the
all those
game.
things.
Yeah. They might not remember
They may not
who
be able to predict everything else in their life, but
yeah.
they know that there's going to be game night or pancake morning or something that's predictable.
And do you feel that, I imagine you do, how does that build a connection and balance for the kid and the remainder of the family? Does it help out tremendously by doing that? I would imagine so.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody just comes together and that's their time for connection. And it's not a time for lectures or it's not a time for teachable moments. It's truly just a time for being with friends and family and joyfulness. And, I think I would just add the self-care piece too,
Yeah.
because we get overwhelmed as well. So show your kids the importance of managing stress by modeling self-care.
Okay.
So if you're overwhelmed, you know what? So are they. Try sharing a yoga session, cooking a family meal together, stepping outside for a mindful walk. Start that mindful minute practice where you and your kids close your eyes, take a deep breath, reflect on a positive thing about the day, and it reinforces emotional regulation.
Now,
Demonstrates self care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for everybody.
and I love that idea of just closing your eyes and driving. If you really want the kid to remember it, do it while you're driving. It works magnetic. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's why we have Katherine on the
Don't do
show.
it
That's why we have Katherine on. She gives the great advice. I learn from you so much. I always appreciate what you have to say as well. And of course, if you want to find out more information on all the things that Katherine talks about and so much more, and learning about how to live in the parenthood, you can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, or just visit freeparentingbook.com. There you can find that and so much more. Katherine Sellery, of course. It is the mid-school year slump that we're trying to get you through, and we appreciate you being on the show. We still got more Flash coming up right around the corner here. Don't you go anywhere. We love having you along. If you do, well, we'll be a little upset, and we don't want that to happen at all. Our website, dailyflashshow.com. Stick around. We got more right after this.